Hey everyone, it's GMX here, and this is Q&A Tuesday. So let's start off with the first question. Is there any type of food cuisine that you'd love to try? Which? That's a tough one. There's so many different foods I want to try, like, I'd like to try Thai food, what else? Some Indian food, shawarma. I think that's all I can think of right now at the moment. Let's see. Barks or A&W root beer. You can only choose one. Wow. Alright. I'm gonna have to go with A&W. However, if you need the caffeine boost and you're still in the mood for root beer, Barks is your choice. But in any other situation, I would say A&W. But the best root beer of all, in my personal opinion, is IBC. I kind of have to say that because, I am the IBC champion. So, I kind of got to say IBC here, and it does taste great even when you're sick. Love IBC root beer. Let's see. Do you like mythology? If so, which is your favorite ancient civilization mythology and why? Any favorite mythological creature? When I was younger, and up until now, I really like Greek mythology, actually. I've been into that, kind of since I was like 10. I think my favorite Greek mythology story would be, the Odyssey. I just love Odysseus. But it took him 20 years to get home, but he did it, he persevered and everything else. He wasn't a demigod like all the other heroes in, like, Greek mythology. He was just a regular guy. So I really liked that. It's kind of like Batman among the Justice League. They got all these fantastic powers, and Batman is the only man worthy enough to stand beside them. It's really cool. As for a favorite mythological creature, I gotta go with the dragon. I don't know if there really were dragons in Greek mythology, unless you count the Hydra. But I really like dragons. And, I want to learn more about Japanese mythology, actually. I've heard the tale of Orochimaru and Jiraiya, which are oddly enough Naruto characters, and that's actually where the Naruto characters got their names. That was kind of an interesting story. So I want to actually get into some Japanese mythology. That's next on my list of things that I want to do, but may procrastinate a heavy amount on. Alright. Tacos or burritos, and what kind? I gotta go with burritos and beef. Keep that one simple. Do you have any other show ideas for your channel that you are working towards? If so, what? Or is it a secret? Okay. I started some gameplay videos a few weeks back. I started Cheap Ass Wrestling Sunday a few weeks back. I did Marchiatry Monday, which didn't really get that kind of reception that I wanted. So I got those two things in rotation right now. Having that, and then there are some secrets coming. Let's see. What's it like being you? Wow. That is a tough one. I think that's actually the toughest one ever. I imagine it's like half cup of sugar, and then the other half is like cocaine. I mean, I don't use cocaine, but that's what it's probably like being me. You know, so I'm sweet and crazy. Let's see. What's next? What What was the name of your grade school crush, if you had one? I had a ton of them. I know it sounds terrible, but I had quite a handful, but I think I'm trying to think of the most, like, the one I fell the hardest for. Um, hmm. It's probably one I didn't end up dating, because if it was, it probably would have, we probably would have still been together. But I think I'm gonna say, um, hmm. Krista. And I'm not gonna say her last name. I will point out, though, that her dad was the middle school gym teacher, and he actually really liked me. I wasn't a very athletic kid. I'm not a very athletic person, but he liked me. I think it's because I made him laugh. I had that bond with gym teachers, you know? Like, I wasn't the most athletic person, but I always managed to make them laugh, and I think that's why they like me so much. I always got good grades in gym. I mean, I participated, you know. Granted, I wasn't the best, except at dodgeball. I was great at dodging. Uh, so, alright. If you could either star... Next question. If you could either star in or be the creator of any show, which one would you choose? I would be the creator of Sons of Anarchy. And I would change two things. I would not kill Ope or Bobby. Other than that, I would have left it alone. Or I would have wished to be the creator of Breaking Bad, and I wouldn't have killed Mike. That's actually why I like Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad, because it's got more Mike. And I love Mike on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Jonathan Banks does an amazing job as him, and I love that character, and I was so pissed at Walter White for killing him. I know you're supposed to root for Walter White, but that was like the one thing I hated Walter White for. Like, after that, I was like, I don't care if he dies. I love Bryan Cranston, don't get me wrong, but when he killed Mike, I was like, no! What the fuck? You know? I was pissed about that. You know, that and Bobby from Sons of Anarchy and Ope. Ope, I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen before I saw it, because I started watching it like when the 6th season started. So I started from the beginning. So I kind of read ahead a little bit to find out any interesting things. And I heard about Ope dying, and I was like, oh crap. And I was like, alright, well, you know, be prepared for it. Nothing can prepare you for that. Nothing. So let's go to the next question. Why did you choose the name Grimace for your cat? Is there a special story behind the name? Yes, there is a special story. There's a cartoon based on the movie Clerks. It was called Clerks, the Animated Series. There's an episode where there's a virus in the city, and there's I forget. I think it was the mayor of the city, comes up and he's answering questions. But he's in a Halloween costume. He was in a costume of Mayor McCheese because he was attending a costume party, so he never took the costume off. And somebody asked if the virus can affect the grimace, and he said nothing could kill the grimace. And that just cracked me up. Like, I was like crying, laughing. And I just thought the Grimace McDonald's character after that was just so badass. And pretty much I put him in all the McDonald's character in all these scenarios where he was just a total badass. And so when I got my cat Grimace, I decided I was going to name him Grimace because he'd be the most badass cat of them all. And he's kind of living up to it pretty well, except for when the doorbell rings. He's scared shitless. He goes in like he goes in guns blazing, like, and then he gets like 2 feet away at the door, and then he just books at the other end, like so much. He's got like this false bravado. It's hilarious. He high fives though, and I think you've seen that one, but I'll get him to do it more. All right, last question. Hulk Hogan will forever be my favorite wrestler. Who is your all-time favorite and why? That is actually one of the toughest questions. Normally, but I prepared for this one. I actually, most of the time, I was thinking about this question. So I narrowed it down to quite a few of them. Let's see, I got 9 on my list. And I can give you a reason for each and every single one. But here's what I'll do. I'll name 8 of them. And I'll just say these are guys I like. I might give a reason why. Excuse me. Daniel Bryan, because he's a nice guy and he's a great wrestler. Edge, because, you know, it was his dream to be a wrestler. He's the rated R superstar, ultimate opportunist. And, you know, I liked him from the beginning, too. When he was that enigma in the audience, just kind of sitting there with sunglasses and a trench coat, and you didn't know what he was up to. Interesting character. You know, he started from that and then ended as a rated R superstar. CM Punk, because he speaks his mind and he stands up for what he believes in. You know, he knows when he's wronged and he does what's best. He doesn't look back. And I still think he's the best in the world, no matter what. Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he's a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, and I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, and, you know, he just doesn't like authority. Can't say I'm a huge fan of it. Of course, Kevin Nash, because he's this big guy, and usually big guys aren't very charismatic, but this guy, he was very charismatic, and he had the coolest finisher to me. It was the jackknife powerbomb. It's just the coolest thing to me. And I didn't realize there was a reference to diesel trucks when I was younger. I just thought it was cool because it had the word knife in it. I didn't know better. I was like 9. Bret the Hitman Hart, because he's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You know, he's a great wrestler. He's always got words of wisdom. Very intelligent man about wrestling. And, you know, everything he says, I pretty much take as gospel when it comes to wrestling. He's never hurt anyone throughout his entire career. He's never seriously hurt anyone. He's just a very humble guy. Just, you know, I like his character in real life, and, you know, when he was on the when he was on screen, and just in the ring. Let's see. My shoulder's getting a little tired here. As for current guys, I love Dean Ambrose. Because he's crazy. I like crazy. And he really loves the business, you know, you can tell. I mean, when Jake the Snake threw a snake on top of him, he was smiling, like, you know, he really loves being a part of the WWE, and that's great, you know. Another current guy I really enjoy, Heath Slater. He's very charismatic, and, you know, he's actually a great wrestler. I mean, and, you know, he's pulled off a few upsets, and, you know, I'm hoping this social outcast thing leads to bigger things for this guy. I mean, I don't see him being a, you know, world champion, but, you know, maybe the U.S. champion. That'd be good. A good, you know, title for him. He's a great tag team wrestler. Him and Justin Gabriel, I think, were one of the best tag teams WWE had. They blew it with them. I was like, what the hell? They're a great tag team. Why would you mess that up? And last, but definitely not least, actually, I think this one might be my favorite of all time. Mick Foley. Mick Foley has to be one of my all-time favorites. Because here he is, when he goes in the ring, he's the most brutal, insane wrestler. He'll jump off of 20 feet. He'll jump off 20 feet, crash through tables. You know, doesn't matter. He'll do whatever. And then outside the ring, he's like the most polite man in the world. You know, he's a giant kid. You know, kind of reminds me a lot of myself. You know, he's got this dark side to him, but in reality, he's just a really nice guy, really polite and so forth. You know, that's why I always thumbs up and smile and tell everyone to have a nice day when I'm at the store. When I'm at the store and I talk to the cashier, I always say, have a nice day. Because that's the kind of man Mick Foley taught me to be. And I am super excited next month to meet Mick Foley. That's going to be like my highlight of my life. One of them. But, you know, I'm just really excited to meet Mick Foley. So, that was all the questions I got. So, if you got any more questions, you know, comment below on, you know, any questions, really. I mean, if you got something negative, I will give you a sarcastic answer in retaliation, or just something completely batshit crazy. So if you want to send that crap, go right ahead, but I can't guarantee you'll be satisfied with the answer. So yeah, I'm wrapping this one up. So like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, like my Facebook fan page, and I will see y'all later.